Hi, my name is Dan O'Donnell, and I'm the Finance Director for the Town of Westford. I'm here to report back on the overview data that the Budget Task Force collected over the past 6 months. Westford is a town with a population of just under 25,000 people, with 18,699 of those people being registered voters in town. In addition, 19% of our population are students that attend Westford Public Schools. Although we have seen a decrease in our student population over the past decade, that figure still ranks third out of 31 market communities that we had sufficient data to compare ourselves to. Essentially, Westford has more students per capita than most surrounding communities. In Westford, the median single-family home was assessed at just over $500,000 in FY18. In FY24, the median single-family home in Westford is assessed at $756,500. That's over a 50% increase over the past 6 years. Westford's average tax bill was $10,120 in FY23 for a single-family home. This actually ranks 19th of the 36 communities that we compared ourselves to. Compared to the market, Westford has a tax bill that has a slightly higher percentage of resident income than other communities, or 11th out of 36, which can be at least partially attributed to our larger student population. In addition to our demographic and market data, I would like to give a high-level overview of how our budget is developed. With direction from the Select Board and Finance Committee, the Town Manager is responsible for preparing a balanced budget in December to present to Town Meeting in March. The Finance Committee holds budget hearings to review all the recommended budgets in January and February each year. The Finance Committee then produces a report with their opinions. This report is available online to residents, which I highly encourage residents to review prior to Town Meeting, where our annual budget is approved. We do have limited resources, and the budget process is never easy, especially in times of high inflation. Our property tax limit is allowed to increase by 2.5% each year by state law. We're also allowed to add the value of any new growth in town to the tax levy. To raise funding beyond 2.5% requires a Proposition 2.5 override that needs to be approved by the Select Board and that needs to pass by a majority vote at a town meeting and majority vote at the local election. Besides collecting property taxes, Westford receives money from the state, which mostly is intended for education. However, for years, the increase for the state aid has been about 1% per year, and we find ourselves relying more heavily upon property taxes to balance our budget. The last part of our general fund budget is composed of local revenue, such as motor vehicle excise taxes, meals, hotel and motel taxes, and permit fees. Our reserve funds are made up of our certified free cash and the stabilization fund. We use our free cash to fund expenses such as capital, our excess snow and ice operations, and any other one-time expenses as necessary. It is not recommended to use these funds for recurring expenses. We aim to keep our stabilization balance at about 5% of the operating budget, which is the minimum amount to keep in reserves per the Select Board budget policy. The Budget Task Force report that was released in October of 2023 has much more detail on how the budget is developed. Or if you'd rather watch a video, I'd recommend watching the Show Me the Money presentation that was recorded back in November 2017. They can both be found on the Westford Budget Task Force webpage. Thank you for your time.